Ladies, when it comes to dealing with people who are jealous and envious of you, when it comes to dealing with people who are just right out miserable at your existence and wish you harm, they don't want to see you do well, those people will soon understand that they have absolutely no power, no control over you, and they absolutely hate that. People who are jealous and envious and miserable, and they think that they're better than you, and they look at you as if you don't deserve what you have, or that you'll never be able to amount to where they think they are, those are the very people who will soon see that the tables have turned. You see, what people who are jealous and envious don't understand is that there's nothing they can really do to stop the plan and purpose in your life. All of this talk about jealousy and envy and miserable people, yes, those spirits are real. Those people are annoying to deal with. When it comes down to everything, they really have absolutely no control. They have no power. They're just a nuisance in your life. For me, people who always counted me out or thought that, it's just her, she's not really this or that, or whatever they thought, those things didn't do anything except for motivate me to keep going. You see, jealous and envious people, those are the people that you should be pitying. Those are the people that you shouldn't allow to distract you and destroy you from your purpose and living your life. Those people are the people that you need to be pitying, that you need to be looking at and saying, oh, I feel sorry for them. I feel sorry that they're so miserable in their lives that they have to talk about little old me. I'm so sorry for them that they feel like they have to try to sabotage things because I'm moving a little too fast in life. I feel so bad for those people that they feel upset because I have favor with people. You see, what they don't understand is that while they were, having their nose in the air, as they say, God was actually working things out in your favor. If you are a spiritual woman, that's how I see it. I see it as in, no matter how hard somebody comes against me, whatever God has planned for me, that's what it's going to be. And while I recognize and I teach you all to recognize jealousy and envy, honestly, those people, those spirits, they have zero control over your life. They only have control if you give them control. And when you give them control over you, when you give so much thought into the opinion and the words and the thoughts of a jealous, envious, miserable person, you are putting yourself in subjection to their opinion. You are looking to get validation from them. And the one thing we do not do as leveled up, feminine, confident women is seek out miserable people to feel like we are somebody. You have to already know that you're somebody apart from what anybody says about you, be it positive or negative. But when you seek after the approval of other people, especially people who don't mean you any good, and this is where your feminine wisdom and your discernment comes in. You really have to understand and know who is for you and who is against you. When somebody is for you, they want to see you do great things in life. They want to see you getting better and better every month, every year. They want to see you elevating. They want to see you taking care of your health, taking care of your mental health, taking care of your spiritual health. They want to see you elevate financially. But if there are people in your life who only love you when you're at a minimal level, when you're not trying to do better, those people are not for you. Those people are a hindrance and a stumbling block, a roadblock, whatever you want to call it. They are in the way. Those type of people are the people who are not comfortable if you begin to do well in life. And I know exactly what I'm talking about because thank God, not now, but years and years and years, I was around those kind of people. And what you'll see, and you have to understand, when you are attacked by people who are jealous, envious, and miserable, when they say little things about you, when they spread rumors about you, when they want everybody else to think ill of you because they think ill of you, what will happen is eventually those people who think they're all the way up here, it's something spiritually that I see that happens where suddenly they just drop to the bottom. They drop to the bottom of life. I'll give you a real scenario. Back when I was a teenager, maybe like 13, 14 years old. You know, if you look at some of my previous videos, I told you all that I grew up in, you know, rough circumstances, you know, a lot of different, not me, but substance abuse, and people I was around was dealing with those kind of things. And we were around certain people who were into the substance abuse game. I'm just going to say it that way. But they were on the other end. They weren't using, they were, you know, doing what they do. And they hold, you know, the power over the people that were actually in that. They were the ones with the money. They were the ones who, how can I say it? Because YouTube is very sensitive and I don't want to have any, you know, issues. They were the ones who, if you needed money from them, they would give you money, but they'll charge you 50% interest. They were those kind of people. So I grew up around those type of people. And do you know, some years later, I was 13 years old when people that I knew were dealing with these kind of people, and they were in subjection to those people because they needed the money. So it didn't matter, like, okay, well, I need $100 and then I end up owing you back $175. Make that make sense. But they were taking advantage because they were up here and those people were down here. Now, those people, 10 years later, when I was in my 20s, I saw that same lady who took advantage of people that I love, who happened to have issues with substances. And she was the big boss lady, you know, charging people nickels and pennies and dollars on the dime, if that makes sense. I saw her 10 years later. You know where she was at? She was mopping the floors inside of the McDonald's. She was doing that. And I'm not knocking McDonald's. I'm making the point that when you think you're up here, people who look at you and think that they're up here, there's something about having that miserable, negative, demonic spirit that will suddenly drop you down to the bottom of life quick if you think you're going to get over somebody that has favor in their life. It's just not going to happen. And that's why I encourage people, when you're dealing with someone who thinks they're better than you, someone who thinks that, you know, you trying to do better for yourself is like somehow unrealistic, like you're not worthy to accomplish those kind of things, you need to just get quiet and get active. And when I say get active, I don't mean in that way. I mean get active with accomplishing your goals. They will be dealt with. I have seen people for years and years, and I can hear somebody saying it now. It's not about wishing bad on somebody. These are the things that happen when people mistreat other people. When people look down and belittle and try to hinder somebody, all because they're jealous and envious of their potential. This is not even a fulfilled action. There are some people who are simply jealous of your potential. They are simply jealous because of how you move and the potential you have on your life. They know if given the opportunity, you would blow them out the water. You would accomplish so many great things if you had the opportunity. And people who understand that, they can be very miserable. They can be very dangerous. They have that mindset that they want to keep you in your place. And when you're a young adult, a teenager, a child, you don't have much control over that. But as you level up and when you grow up, that's why many women, I believe, develop the mindset that nobody is going to stop me from doing anything. Nobody's going to hinder me from fulfilling my dreams. No man, no job, no anything. A lot of women move that way because they were around people who simply were not allowing them to be great. They were simply not allowing them to express their full potential. And a lot of times it's because those people that were in your life were haters. Those people in your life saw that you were the good girl, saw that you were the nice girl, saw that you were the smart girl. And all because they were dumb as doorknobs or because they were pregnant by the time they were 12. They didn't want to see you doing other things because they never were allotted the same opportunity. And I'm no offense to anybody, you know, situations happen, people go through life, but I'm talking about a particular group of people. I'm talking about haters and jealous people. I'm talking about people who feel like they're at the bottom of life and they want to hold everybody else down with them. Those are the people that I am talking about. So when you understand that you're dealing with those kind of people and you know they don't have any power over your life, but you recognize it for what it is, You simply get quiet and you get active. You focus on yourself. You focus on God, number one, the way I see it, but you focus on yourself. And one thing that we do not do as feminine, wise women, we don't seek revenge on anybody. I have seen a few comments of people saying, oh, I'm coming for them. Oh, the haters, they know this, they know that. Don't waste your time trying to come after jealous, miserable people. You know why? Because jealous, miserable, hateful people, oftentimes, they don't see anything wrong with what they done to you. They don't see anything wrong with how they acted. They don't see anything wrong with the way they behave. They don't see anything wrong with their personality or their ideals. So it is a waste of time for you to try to explain yourself and try to get an apology or some kind of understanding from a jealous, envious, manipulative, oftentimes miserable person. People who wrong you and belittle you and think that they're better than you and think that they can hold you back in some way, those people often do not understand the error of their way. It's so ingrained in who they are, they don't see anything wrong with putting you down. They don't see anything wrong with telling you, you know what, this might not be for you. You're better suited doing, mop the floors. You shouldn't be the CEO, mop the floor. At least you're doing something. Those kind of people, you can't reason with them. The way I see it is that if I truly need something from somebody, and I thank God that I don't really, and this might sound bad to some people, but I am 39, almost 40 years old. I don't expect much from people. I expect something from my husband. He's the only human being really that I kind of hold to a certain standard, and not even that high, but my husband and my children. I don't really expect anything from people like that. And it's not that I think all people are rotten and, everybody's bad. I do not think that. But I think human nature, because of human nature and just the way things are, when you get kindness, when you get loyalty, when you get grace, when you get good things from people, that is an absolute blessing. But that is not the naturalness, the nature of people. That's just the way I see it. So if somebody says something or does something, it doesn't crush me in my spirit, because I know how people are. I know what it is. You can love me today and hate me tomorrow. I just know what it is. I have that level of, I guess, realness and understanding about life and about people. And then if you do enough of life and you dealt with people long enough, you understand that, it's just the way it is sometimes. And while you would love for everybody to love you and to just wish you well, that's just not the way it is. And if you have the approval of God, number one, and you understand yourself and you are able to validate yourself, people, God, I believe, will send people to be in your, as they say, amen corner. God will send people to be a support to you and encourage you, and you can encourage them and support you. God will send you your tribe. But I never really expect, people to just be like, go ahead, girl. It's just not the nature of people, the way I see it. I mean, tell me what you think in the comment section. But jealous, envious people, they have absolutely no power over your life. And when you understand that, you will move differently and you will not seek revenge. We do not waste our time trying to get at somebody who got at us. The only time I find myself, if I have ever found myself, which I haven't, but if I do find myself trying to get at somebody or whatever, it'll have something to do with my children. That's the only, those are the only individuals that I just kind of nothing else matters. It is what it is. I'm ready to go. But other than that, revenge for what? Look, God says vengeance is his. I will repay. I let God deal and I do what I know to do. But I don't feel like it's necessary for a person who is chosen, a person who has a purpose and a plan for their life, to waste their time trying to get at people who half the time don't even care. I mean, miserable, jealous people, just miserable people in general, hateful, spiteful people in general, they don't care about your feelings. They are broken. And when people are broken and they seek to hurt you, trying to get an apology from a broken person, that is the most unrealistic waste of time. So as wise feminine women, we have to understand that God is in control, number one, the way I see it, but then you're in control of your own life. Don't give so much of your power and your life to trying to justify or trying to get people to understand and see things your way. It doesn't matter. Live your life, pursue your goals, level up, and let jealous people observe your level up. Don't say a word, get active, and eventually they will see that if they're all the way up here, they will drop down to the bottom if they continue to come at you. All right? Like and subscribe to the channel and share this content. Hit the notification bell so that you're aware when I post a brand new video. If you watch this video until the very end, put the high heel emoji in the comments section. I absolutely love to see it. Take care.